Do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Yeah, let me tell you why that was a huge lie. What do I like to do? I love film. I love video production. What I realized along the way of my video production career is that if you do what you love as a job, you pay the passion tax. I think this usually applies to creative careers, or even stuff that isn't creative, like maybe you're really into coding, but you like coding video games or something like that. Like just anything where you're passionate about it or you love it, you're gonna be exploited. Like I almost feel like you should do a job just to purely make as much money as possible and then do the thing that you're passionate about on the side. There are a few people that are lucky enough to be able to merge both of their worlds, but on one hand, if you do something that you love for money, it turns really unfun. And if you do something that you don't love for money, then it's just a paycheck and you're not having fun. So it's kind of like no matter what, like it doesn't really matter which way you paint it, like it sucks in one way or another. One thing that I do know for sure is that companies take advantage of people that really care. So let's say in video production, it's like if you're working for a company for doing video production because you have a fun job, because it's cool, because the people that do it love it, you're gonna get paid less. You're gonna be overworked. There's some guy at the top that's making all the money while you're doing all the work. That's kind of the way that a lot of industries are. This isn't even really specific to video production or creative careers. Like let's say you're a teacher and you really enjoy being a teacher, you will be exploited. You will make no money. You will just kind of like barely scrape by. I think that every passion kind of like it gets sucked like a Dementor. Like a Dementor just sucks the passion out of you. Even with video production, you know, like I love the act of making videos. I love creating content. I love editing, all this stuff. But then you have a client that's messaging you at all hours. They're overstepping their boundaries. They're asking for a lot of things from you. It takes the original core of something that you loved and turns it into a pain. But growing up, I just kept hearing, like, do what you love, do what you love. First of all, when you're little, you don't even know what you love because you don't know what there is to do. So how are you supposed to know what you love? Like when you're 16 and you're in high school, how are you supposed to know what you love? Like you've barely lived. Which I guess in that case, like I would tell a 16-year-old to just keep trying different things and doing different hobbies and things to see what clicked. For the most part, at that age, you just don't even know what you would hypothetically love. Yeah, I just feel like if you do what you love, you're gonna get exploited. Like if you choose to do what you love, you will get exploited unless you somehow luck into having a business or you figure it out. Let's say that you're a painter or something and somehow you figured out how to sell paintings of dogs and now you have like a dog painting business or something like that. Like you're very lucky if you're able to shape what you love into some sort of career where you actually can make money. For example, like if you're Johnny Harris or something and you go and you're like, I'm gonna be the journalist, and then you go and you work for Vox or some sort of big publication, you're not gonna make any money. There's gonna be some people at the top and you're gonna be doing all the work, they're gonna get all your profit, and and that's just, you are agreeing to do that. You are agreeing to pay the passion tax. So you're not like fully scot-free, that you are agreeing to that situation. I guess I just meet a lot of people in the video world and in the filmmaking world that do this for the art and it's like, like you're not, you're just doing this to get exploited. Like you're just doing this to make no money or to make other people money. I wish that topic would be talked about more, and I wish there was less of the whole like do what you love and more of like, okay, let's be a little realistic, like do what you love but understand the consequences of paying the passion tax. First of all, let's go back to video because that's what I know the most, but like, in an organization, like let's say a large company, like some tech company, there might be like 100 positions for tech workers, maybe 50 positions for sales, maybe HR departments, things like that. There's gonna be like one video person. The amount of competition that you have for that one role, like let's say you're gonna work in corporate America, like the amount of competition you're gonna have for that one creative passion tax role that will be passion taxed. And what I mean by passion tax is basically a lot of work and a little pay because it's your passion. So you should pay the passion tax because you're doing something fun, right? I think at the end of the day, it's like you're loving something that doesn't love you back. Because what causes true burnout is just not being able to pay rent, not being able to get jobs, and just living in like a constant spiral of what am I doing with my life? Before you could maybe like escape the rigmarole by being a freelancer and you had a little bit more control of your situation. But now even freelancing is super, super slow because of the economic uncertainty. I think you should kind of like build the life that you love and then do your passion around it. I guess I just feel like a lot of people are told to just do what they love without any like guidance or nuance as to what that means. Creative industries pay like 20 to 30% less than other jobs in a similar industry. So that's what I mean. Like, you know, the code, like, let's say that you get hired at a big tech company. You're probably going to be doing as much work or more than a coder, going to get paid less because your job is fun. Or seemingly fun, because honestly, when you do anything that's seemingly fun for a paycheck, it kind of turns unfun. I think a lot of times too with creative fields, they're just not appreciated. People kind of treat it like, oh, there's a lot of people that would love to do this, and that's true. Like if you have a full-time job in video production or graphic design or anything that's considered fun, yeah, there's a lot of people that would do that job. Like you're really not that special. I can speak when it comes to video production because you can see that there's just so many people that are into it now, and it's just way easier and easier to do it. Yeah, there are tons of people that can shoot good video. There are tons of people that can make graphics, and now with the help of AI, like that's only gonna get even easier. I'm not sure what the solution is to the problem. I guess it's just being mindful and trying to shape your life around that, and not just like blindly doing something for the love of the game or for the art, and trying to think more about like the financial aspect of it, because maybe you can make a business or something around your passion but not be so gung-ho on like the art. Like it should be like a pie chart, and you know, maybe you have to do some boring corporate videos in order to make your indie film, that kind of stuff. Maybe you're a painter but you have to learn graphic design. I don't know, I'd be a little scared of these days. I'd be a little bit scared of graphic design, and specifically graphic design, because I feel like ChatGPT might get really good at that very soon. You have things like Canva. Like once Canva and ChatGPT like make a thing, even Photoshop, like I don't think AI is the main contributor to the problem that we are facing at the moment, but I think that I can just see that it's easing the workflow, which is making the problem worse. Like for example, I used to, like if I took a photo and I wanted to delete a trash can in the background, I'd have to go and like circle the trash can and then do like a clone stamp, and it would take like, you know, like 20 or 30 minutes. Now with AI, you just circle it and go delete this, and it does it automatically. So I think a lot of that stuff is coming, like just easing the workflow, which is going to contribute to the fact that we're already paying the passion tax and that there's already a bunch of people that want to do the same job. So I don't know, maybe becoming a welder or something. I don't know. I really don't know what the solution is, but being mindful, that was my takeaway.